But I'll just say, I'll challenge one thing. I am not afraid of a non-fiat world at all. And I would not be surprised if we go to a non-fiat world at all. And I think there are benefits to governments from being in a non-fiat world, right? Particularly federal governments. Because you wipe out that corruption, you take all that stuff out of it. The other thing you do is you force fiscal discipline, right? Like governments right now can print money, and it's basically their decision, right? Like, hey, let's, and what's interesting about local governments is we actually have to balance our budget. It is a constitutional requirement to balance our budget. So we just can't do that. So every year I got to balance my budget. I actually have $140 million in reserves. I actually have a savings account. So not only do I not have a deficit like the federal government has every year, I actually have a savings account. So I balance my budget every year, and every year, hopefully I put away some money, I tuck away some money like a family does, right? Like in a family economy, and I save it for a rainy day. So, these federal governments have just lost sight of that, and they're trying to manipulate, hey, inflation's got to be at this, interest rates got to be at this, and in their attempts to want to let human interaction make those decisions rather than a purely market-driven factor and force, you get all kinds of problems, right? And so I am not afraid of the possibility that we could, in the future, go to a non-fiat world. I think there are some questions that we have to answer, like, for example, when there's a pandemic, how do we deal with that, and wars and things like that. There will be scenarios under which you have to think through some of the problem solutions of them, but it does not scare me at all.